Hello, this is Chicago Sports Always, and I want to be talking about what is going on with the Chicago Bulls in this 2022 free agency. Make sure to subscribe. I'm going to be going and making a lot more videos, especially when the NBA season and the NFL season start, so subscribe for Chicago sports content. Alright, and I'm going to get into this video. Alright, so first I'm going to be talking about Andre Drummond, center from the Brooklyn Nets. What I do like about him is that I think if he stays in the Bulls franchise for these 2 seasons that he's on the deal for, which he's 2 years, $6 million deal, I think he could really fit in. In this past season, he went into 3 teams. He went to LA, Philadelphia, and Brooklyn, which I think that's a lot of teams. I mean, playing for so many teams, you have to have the right chemistry, and I just think it didn't work out for him. If you're looking for the Chicago Bulls in this past season as well, I mean, DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, and Lonzo Ball, they never played together. But then, as the season went on, they got better and better and better. And I mean, then at that mid-season point, they were one of the best teams. They were first in the Eastern Conference, and they were NBA Finals favorites. They were a team to watch out for. So I think Andre Drummond could be a really good backup center. Another thing about Andre Drummond is that he can be really good off the bench. Looking at him, our offense really struggled off the bench. So, I mean, having him on this team could definitely help because he can be an offensive player and a defensive player that can really help us out. I mean, looking at our team last year, we allowed 100 points easily every single game. It was the third quarter, and it was like 100 to 101 because we had a really good offense, but we struggled on the defense. And I was going to say, especially on that interior defense. So that's why I really like him, and I think he'd be really good. Now, looking at him stat-wise, that's where it's kind of a lot of people don't really like him. He only averaged 6 points per game, 7 rebounds per game, but also saying this was in just playing for 3 teams in one season. I think he never really fit in, and I think if he stayed around with the Bulls, I think he could really fit in and be a great player. For him only being 28, I'm pretty sure, he might be 29, but I'll double check on that. And also, a lot of people are like, oh, I don't really like him, but remember, guys, this guy is replacing Tristan Thompson, I'm not hating on. He did all right, but he was definitely not our long-term answer, and we knew it. And, I really like Andre Drummond. I think he could do really well. If I were to rate this, to say how good did the Bulls do, the Bulls did a really good job here, I think. I mean, he's a walking double-double. We got him for a cheap price, and he is getting towards that older age, but I mean, that's fine because he can still ball out. So I'm going to give, for the Bulls organization themselves, give him definitely an A. But if we're talking about the player himself, if I'm going to give him a rating himself, I think he's definitely, I don't know, probably a B right now because he really doesn't show anything stat-wise. And I mean, but he seems like he can be really good in my opinion. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Okay, so next I'm going to be talking about Kevin Durant, who just requested a trade yesterday. Looking at him, he is one of the best players in the league currently. I didn't even have to say that. Everyone knows that. But what would we have to offer first? And I'm saying the main guys that I think I've seen a lot of people say, yeah, they definitely have to go if this was a trade, are Patrick Williams, Kobe White, and 2 firsts. That's the trade package I'm seeing everyone talk about. And I'd accept that as a Bulls fan. I mean, it's for Kevin Durant, and I really like Patrick Williams and Kobe White, but it's for one of the best players in the game. And I mean, he could just be so good for us. But why would he have a chance of going to the Bulls and not to the teams that a lot of guys are talking about, like the Miami Heat and the Phoenix Suns? Well, if you haven't heard already, the Brooklyn Nets want Devin Booker for Kevin Durant, which I just don't see possible here. Devin Booker just signed a big contract with the Suns, actually yesterday as well. So that's just leaving it out of the question, which is why I think the Suns will not get a deal done because they don't want that. But then there's also things about saying, hey, the Brooklyn Nets want a lot of role players and they want a lot of first-round draft picks. And I mean, the Heat, they don't really have that. I think they have the draft picks, but I mean, which role players would they involve? Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero? I mean, those are not the role players. I don't know. I wouldn't accept that trade, honestly. If I'm looking here and I'm saying, well, Patrick Williams and Kobe White and 2 first-round picks, I'm taking it because Kobe White, offensive guy, he can be a shooter. Sometimes he's not, but he's a playmaker. Patrick Williams, he's kind of unproven. He's played a few seasons. Injuries have done some stuff to him, but I mean, there's a lot of potential there. And of course, first-round picks are first-round picks. So I think the Bulls definitely are one of the front runners to get him. And it has been official that they have made a call trying to get Kevin Durant, which, I mean, half the league has, so it doesn't really matter. But hey, at least we know that the Bulls are trying something. Now, the final question I would like to ask: should the Chicago Bulls get Kevin Durant? Kevin Durant is one of the best players in the league, especially offensively, but is he really worth so much, our future? And I don't really know. Worth so many draft picks and so much, but I mean, here's the thing: the Chicago Bulls if they want to be contenders now, I would say go get Kevin Durant. But if the Bulls kind of want to, build so that in the next 5-6 years the Bulls are NBA champions, I say, yeah, then don't trade for him. Let a team like the Mavericks or the Heat or the Suns trade for him. But I don't really know. I also really don't like that he's like on the wrong side of 30. He's getting towards the end of his career. I mean, that's why I'm saying, it's taken away a lot of. It's like giving away your future for a guy that we don't know how long he'll be on our team. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys want Kevin Durant on the Bulls? Put it in the comments, man. So thank you for watching my first video. I hope you guys liked it. I'm probably going to be doing more of these, as I said earlier, for Chicago Bears and the Chicago Bulls once the regular season starts. So go and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.